Oh, there we go. Let's go. Good. Trying to get comfortable there.
I know.
This is on, right?
Not yet. Do you want me to put it on
Yeah. Oh, no, not till we introduce her. We're just getting set up, guys. We'll be going in 4 minutes. The 49ers won last night? They did, right? Yeah.
Woo! Sorry, Alex.
It's going to be a really good Super Bowl.
I know. So it's Chiefs and 49ers, right?
Yeah, Chiefs, 49ers.
That game was insane too. The Chiefs game. Did you
Oh,
watch it?
yeah, it was a fantastic game.
They know how to climb out of the hole. Those Chiefs.
Yeah, once they get going, they'll stop.
Oh, there we are.
Got it?
Mhm. Cool.
My wife was funny. She's like, "Oh, it was number 7 on your intro list." Because I was like country music #1, Yankees. It was fun.
Like, until you have a tattoo on the
That's what I
side.
said. Yeah, I said until you're here, you're number 7.
That's cold.
2 minutes. 2-minute warning. I really want to play my music. I'm like, that like gets me going.
I know. It's like. I wonder if we can trim. I don't know, because then we'll have to take it off. If we trim the whole video and then to take the music out.
Yeah.
I don't know. We need to find like non-royalty music.
Yeah. Be rocking out to like Madonna or something.
What's wrong with Madonna?
I love Madonna.
80s Madonna is awesome.
I love Madonna.
When we went down to Penn State in the fall for a game, we listened to Madonna for like half the way
Really?
down. Mike's like, every song sounds the same.
Saturday, my wife was downstairs, I was upstairs getting ready, and I was blasting Will Smith, Big Willie style.
Oh, God.
I haven't heard that CD in like years.
You have the CD?
No, well, I had Apple Music, so and I had
Oh.
my speaker upstairs, so I was like, it's awesome. I was like all fired up. I'm like singing upstairs.
What else is on there?
Oh, what?
On that CD? He had,
Oh
like,
man, there's big hits like Just the Two of Us. Miami, remember Miami?
Mhm.
And there was like 2 or 3. I was dying laughing. I'm like, this is so long ago.
It's so crazy how he evolved too.
Yeah.
Did you see Concussion?
Yes, I love that movie.
That was awesome.
We were gonna see Bad Boys on Saturday,
Oh, yeah.
and then we
did you
held
go?
off now. But I do want to see it.
Mhm.
I feel because he's had so many good movies, and now he's like, not that he's on the
I
decline,
think he's
but
like taking a break.
yeah, he's like cutting back, you know. But those movies are Pursuit of Happiness.
Mhm.
I forget the other ones that he was the real good ones.
Men in Black.
Man in
the
Black.
original?
Yeah, that. But and then there's at least 2 or 3 more that were
Yeah.
just phenomenal.
Who knew the Fresh Prince would grow up to be like
Right?
a phenomenal actor?
And Martin Lawrence is hilarious.
Oh yeah, he hasn't done much either.
Nah. All right, 7:30. I think we're ready to roll. What do you think, Melissa?
I think we're good.
We're gonna hit the clock here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sales and Movement Podcast. We're here at New Beginnings Window and Door. My name is Stephen Orphis. This is Melissa, Dr. Melissa Joffe.
Get it right.
All right, so I got to make sure I throw in doctor. I wouldn't be able to handle 7 years of schooling. I'll tell you that much. I know you did, so I got to call you doctor every chance I get. I want to thank everybody for viewing in today. It is Monday, January 20th. So, God, our first month is already over of the first quarter.
That's crazy.
Of 2020. So, things are really moving along here. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Up nice and early, getting going. I want to thank our sponsors real quick. Number one is New Beginnings Window and Door. Begin each day with a beautiful view. Our second sponsor is Orphis Baseball and Softball, LLC, where the best athletes come to train. And number three is New Quest Physical Therapy, Forging Fearless Females. She's big. Number four, we got a new sponsor in, Wappingers Falls Rotary Club. I'm becoming a member shortly, and they have quite a long line here, Melissa, so we're gonna have to charge extra for this. But together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe in our communities and ourselves. So very cool line there.
And we have another sponsor too.
We do.
Yes, Iron City Physical Therapy in Poughkeepsie.
Awesome.
With it's headed by my friend Don Shaver, and we're also gonna have to charge you extra, Don.
That's right.
Your tagline is very long.
And you get the same category as you.
Same category.
So
that says a lot that I'm willing to refer people to another PT place. It's awesome. So we help active adults and athletes maximize their performance and return to workouts and activities that they love without painkillers, injections, or surgery.
Wow, I love that.
They're
Absolutely
awesome.
love that. So thank you to our sponsors. Today's topic, Melissa, which I'm excited about, right, is the good, the bad, the ugly of the wonderful world of social media.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun, right? The
So
world.
you guys too, make sure you tune in to the end of the show because we are going to have a question for you that we want you to think about for the week, and then we are going to read off answers next week at the beginning of the show.
We actually want stories, right, from our SMS viewers.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any stories from what we talk about today in your experience, whether it's your career or personal lives, we want to hear about them, and we're going to give our viewers a whole week to get back to us.
Sunday at noon is the cutoff, so put that in your calendar.
So next Sunday will be the cutoff to our competition, and we'll call you out, and then we'll follow up on our next show, and we'll talk about your story, and we'll give our feedback. And if you want, we can keep it anonymous, or we can mention your name. That's up to you. So we're very big on privacy if that's what you choose.
Yes.
So.
And I just wanted to add one more thing before we start. The past week, my cousin passed away from ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease. I don't know if you remember the whole ice bucket challenge a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So that was gaining awareness for that disease. So if you guys can, I'll post a link later today. If you could donate to the ALS Foundation, it's a really, really amazing foundation to help those suffering from ALS, which is an incredibly, incredibly debilitating disease, and it's awful for the people going through it and their families. So I'll post the link on our page.
Your cousin was it? Cousin?
It was second or third cousin, but he was battling with it for 4.5 years. So
our condolences are with you and your family.
Thank you.
And I know our viewers are behind you as well, so we wish the best. So I mean that's pretty much it. You ready to dive in or what?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm ready too.
This is my topic.
Melissa has a lot to say in this, so this is good. You're going to hear from both of us. So number one, let's talk about it. So social media.
Let's talk about the good stuff first.
We'll start with the good, the positive, the indifferent, the crazy world that we live in today, right? So what kind of positives do you get out of social media, Melissa?
For me, I've met a lot of people through social media. So a lot of other physical therapists. There's a group out there for all physical therapists who wanted to open their own practices and didn't really know how. So I met a lot of people through that. And then they have live meetups where you meet everybody. So everybody's like, oh, well, how'd you meet these people? I'm like, Facebook. But we formed so many awesome friendships and relationships with each other just through finding each other on Facebook, and it's so amazing how you can translate that into the real world.
Yeah, it's amazing the reach too that you can get just from even being on Facebook Live and being on different social media outlets, and it's the newspaper is gone, right? So very few people read the newspaper. The radio stations are dying down.
Yeah.
So this is the new big thing out, you know, and it's you got to be on it to be top of mind and brand awareness, especially if you have any type of marketing background. You want to be in front of as many people as you can, you know?
And even like personal wise, like you could make friends across the country. Like I made friends in California over the past couple of months, just getting to know these people through like mentor groups and whatever. And like, it's just so crazy how everything can build on each other. You don't even know each other.
Yep. And you know, I the thing I really enjoy is being able to make a difference. Like you were saying, you can talk to people in different states. I mean, which is different countries, and just people, random people reaching out to you and liking things that you do, or maybe you like things that they're doing. Like the reach now is so far and few. It's important to vitalize that network that you have and continue to expand. Totally. You know, if you're passionate about your brand, this is a great way to get in front of people constantly. And if you're not scared of the camera, which we're not, you know, it's separates you from the competition. So I'd rather somebody say, hey, I just don't like your style, but I appreciate what you're doing. You know, I've had people come up and say that to me, and that's everything. Like, I'm not going to sit behind a desk and not get my word out, you know? So that's definitely important.
And honestly, like, you're not going to please everybody. Not everybody's going to like you. So as long as you're top of mind and they're like, oh yeah, well, I don't like that girl, but I know she does a podcast like Mondays and whatever. Like, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
And honestly, I love the positive side to it. I love the whole storytelling side. Right? I'm a marketing guru, so, you know, being able to dial in, whether it's your personal life or your career, or like just letting people know, like being open book.
Yeah.
You know, and
but not too open, I feel.
Not too open, exactly. And that's the negative part of it, right? So we'll get into the negative part. But just being open, you know, and letting people. I had 3 people tell me last week, hey, I love following your story. You know, so that just goes a long way. It knocks out, to me, it negates some of the negatives.
Totally.
You know, and you're not going to make everybody happy no matter what you do.
Right.
You know, friends, family, whatever it is, colleagues, like, you just got to be you, be unique, and do what makes you happy at the end of the day.
Yep.
So storytelling, I think, is really important.
Yeah, and social media makes it so easy to do that.
Yeah.
Especially Instagram.
Yes.
Pictures and the stories and everything, so people get to know you outside of your career.
Yep.
And then it could even vet you as a business owner, so people go check you out, like they see what you're all about, like, oh, Steven likes dogs, I like dogs too. Like, it sounds so silly, but that's what people want to see.
That's how, you know, the ultimate relationship is built, you know, from the ground up. And it's not just, hey, here's my business card.
Right.
It's, hey, we have mutual likes and interests. Let's talk business.
Yep.
You know, so that's what people, I feel like, forget about. You know, forget about the relationship side to it.
Totally.
And it's not always just, hey, I just met you, here's my business card. Do you need a window or a door, or do you need physical therapy? Like, I don't even know you, so like, let's talk a little bit and see if we're a good match. You know, so I think that's really important.
Yeah, agree.
So we talked about reach. We talked about storytelling, attaching your face to a business.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I truly love. So everything I do, whether it's baseball, whether it's windows and doors, whether I'm at church, whether it's in the community doing something, whether it's at the grocery store, I'm attaching my face to my name. And I think that's what people need to realize. Even when you're outside of work, you're still building a brand. So it's really important to grasp that. Still be yourself. Like, you don't have to be in business mode 24/7, but you're still building your brand.
Totally.
So the way you treat people, the way you go about your business, what you choose to do every day, the friends that you make, the people that you surround yourself with, that's all part of your network and your brand. So I cannot stress enough. And that's where social media comes in, and you kind of give away who you're associating with and what you're doing. And so you got to be able to give that up and be okay with that. But that's the power of social media. I think it shows people your likes, your interests, your passions, and what kind of person you are.
Totally.
You know, because it is, and that's another negative, is the access now, right? Anybody could be a guru and could dive in and be a social media strategist or whatever you want to call it. So it's important to vet out the people, which we're going to get into.
And then just a sense of community. So like, I think Sadie posted about this the other day. how it's important to be comfortable with yourself and go out and do things on your own.
Yep.
And I'm slowly starting to be able to do that. Like, I can't go into a bar and sit down by myself and be like, hey, my name's Melissa. What do you do? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like that. So for me, it's easier to jump into a community on Facebook that matches my interests.
Yep.
And I think that's true for a lot of people, especially busy working professionals who don't have time to really go out and meet people.
Yeah.
And then kind of just groups form within there. So there's local groups, there's like by interest, there's so many
support
different
groups are
ones.
huge. That's what I've been seeing also. Like Mike and I talked about the East Fishkill Forum group that it's just local businesses that support each other all day, every day. Super loyal. There's dad groups now. I'm about to be a dad, so like I've been in those groups. Architect groups, like for people I'm trying to go after, and like there's just a group for everything now. Baseball fans and physical therapy
and then even just like I'm in a bunch of the local mom groups.
Yep.
I don't even know how I got in there. My friend invited me, and I'm not a mom, but I'm in there. But just seeing some stuff, so like they don't even like. All these women are going through surgeries that they don't need, and they don't realize what pelvic floor therapy is and what it can do, and it can stop you from peeing in your pants and all this other stuff. You don't have to wear a pad or go through surgery. And it's just crazy that I can reach those women and be like, hey, I'm giving a free talk on urinary leakage this week at blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And like they get all this free education, and without Facebook, it would take me so much longer to build that group of women to come in and like let them know what their options are. And Facebook, I could just jump on and be like, be here at this time for free, come get some food too. You know what I mean? Like,
and you're touching them virtually, and you can do it as many times as you want, which I love. So you don't need to be out there wasting gas driving around all the time.
Right.
Like you can get more out of your time, which I like. So if you really dial into time management, you can get a far and long reach, and you could actually work less.
yes.
You could reach more people and work less. So, I used to be giving out W.B. Mason books all over Newburgh and New Windsor, right? So, like, I was in the car all day long.
Like the paper?
The office supply book. So, literally, I would go door to door, business to business, selling office supplies, like Monday through Friday. But, like, I was out of the office from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then get back and log my notes and do that kind of thing. Where now, like, we can do things like this, like a Facebook Live, and reach, maybe it's a business owner group, like in Newburgh, or you can target certain areas that you want to go after, and you could reach business owners virtually, like at their convenience and their own time. So you're not going into their business and knocking in and disturbing them. I think that's the world that we have come into.
So now, how much would you say you do business online, like sales-wise and prospecting, versus when you were going door to door? Like, what's the difference now?
It's definitely changed. I would say like 70-30.
Wow. And what was it
70
before?
digital, 30 in person. Before it was 80-20, like in person to digital.
Yeah.
Digital wasn't big back then, so Facebook wasn't as big. Business owners weren't there. Like, it just depends on where your target market is where you need to spend your time.
And how do you feel the return is on working digitally versus in-person prospecting?
It's insane. You're saving money on gas, like I was talking about. You're saving money on marketing. I can create digital flyers now. Like, we're doing an architect lunch and learn. I can create a free flyer, put it up on Facebook, have all my friends share it, and it gets out to triple the amount of people that if I brought a flyer and went to each store and gave out the amount of gas and time that I'm dispersing, I'm losing. Time is money in business.
Totally.
So it's just a different world. You still have to do the face-to-face. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you can be more selective of who you go see, your valuable prospects, and those are the people you need the face-to-face with. But you can interview and qualify leads at an early stage from a digital perspective.
And then people get to know you with all that digital stuff first, so then the possibility of setting up a face-to-face is that much greater.
You gain more credibility, which I love. So like the old school, when you're going door to door, like salespeople, it takes
slam that door in their face.
That's right. And I've had it. It was brutal, man. But that's what makes you a good salesperson. You get used to hearing no, and you're turning around. Maybe after the fifth time, they're in your milk run of runs. And they say, Steve, I'm so tired of you coming here. I I just have to give you business. And that's how I got some of my accounts, just from being persistent and following up. But I like the balance of both.
Yeah.
Because and then you can the beautiful thing is today you can manage each business owner or prospect the way they want to be handled. So if you may like emails over phone calls. You may like the Zoom calls or FaceTime, to get the most out of your time. Or maybe you like face-to-faces and you don't use the internet. I've had that, right?
Right.
So you cater to your customer and you have to. That's what separates you and your competition today.
Totally.
So using social media the right way, I think is super important. LinkedIn is a big thing now. So that's an underutilized tool that I'm pretty knowledgeable in just from my IT recruiting days. But you got Facebook, you have Instagram. What else? You're big on Snapchat, right?
No, not really.
Not so
I
much?
used to be, but now Instagram is my thing because I learned a lot of tricks over the past few months.
YouTube, so you're very good on YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, I'm learning.
Yeah. So and like TikTok is out now. There's all these different programs, so you got to keep up with it. But I think it's also smart to find maybe the big three that work for you.
Yes.
And stick with them. So like for me, I focus on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. That's all I care about is those three.
Right.
And then as things come out, I'll evaluate and see if it's worth my time. But I want 3 platforms to use, and I want to get good at those 3. I don't want 8 platforms and only be good at 2 of them.
No.
So it's important to master them, whatever you choose to do to market your business. But I think that's super important.
Agree. Totally agree.
Any other positives before we shift to negative? Because I like positive Monday.
I like positive Monday too.
I like positive.
That's why we start
much
with the
better.
positive.
What did you do this weekend? I forgot to ask you.
What did I do?
That was the other big thing.
I didn't do anything. We're still
Nothing?
getting settled into the apartment. So what did we do? Oh, we bought some lamps. Very exciting.
Exciting stuff. You just moved to Beacon, correct?
Just moved to Beacon. It'll be 3 weeks on Wednesday.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you in the area.
And what about you? It was your birthday.
It was my birthday on Saturday, so I just turned 32. So I had a great day. We went to Olive Garden for lunch, and then we walked around the mall because my wife never has off Saturdays because she's a hairdresser. So she took off. So before the storm came, we got some exercise in, and we had our baby shower yesterday
Yes.
at Jason Patrick. So we put up pictures, and it was a great day with family and friends. So thank you all. And that's it. But yeah, we got to get you some more exciting weekends. We'll work on that.
I'm cool with just chilling. I'm cool with that.
All right, that's a negative that we'll get into in a minute about the social media, right? It wears you out.
Oh, yeah.
So we can
Totally.
get into that. But any other positives?
No.
Like you said, I have to just like the friendships, the network, the people you come across, what you're able to relay to the world and change the world and make an impact. Like I'm big on that.
Yeah, totally.
And just reach the right amount of people you want to reach.
Yep.
That's definitely a positive. And to market your business, like it's a different, 2020 is going to be a digital age.
Oh, yeah.
And phase. So I think it's all about, you got to be able to adapt your business to the new world that we're moving into.
So on that point, it's not really social media, but I guess it kind of is. Physical therapy is moving towards what's called telehealth. So consults and follow-up sessions are done through the computer instead of either you going to a place or the therapist coming to you. So it's very convenient. And a hospital for special surgery is starting to do it in their New York City location. But it's really awesome. So that's something to look forward towards because that's going to change healthcare insanely.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Bill Murnane who's on too. He's very active like in the social media groups and he does everything. He installs windows, doors, works for clients and he's a limo driver. He does everything. And every group I'm in, he's constantly popping up and being referred by homeowners. So just wanted to give an example of how it works. Like and how I've sent you 1 or 2 people just from physical therapy. You've sent me people like just by being first in the community groups and being tagged, you can get business. Saini is on, like I was able to get her a client at Allstate just from watching social media, the networking groups and people asking for services.
Yeah, totally.
So that's a big thing, guys, in 2020. Be in the mom groups, be in the dad groups, be in your community groups locally. Like people are going to ask for services now on social media. They're not going to call up your business as much anymore. They're asking their friends and family, hey, who do you use for this type of business? So you need to be actively scanning these websites and these social media groups to be able to gain business. I get quite a business off those types of platforms. I know you do too.
And even just to build trust, because people we don't have the time anymore to go shopping around and go dealing with subpar services. So,
and I think the natural consumer doesn't want to. It's not the old school shopping around. Hey, I'm going to drive around for 3 hours and get 4 different quotes.
No.
Now it's a world of, hey, I'm going to go online, reach out to my family and friends, and see who they recommend. And now they're looking at this group as people are commenting, oh, I saw New Beginnings window and door 5 times. They must be good. I'm going to check their Google. Yeah, they look great. All right, I'm going to give them a call. Like, that's how it's working now. So
and it's also like now that being in services, people don't care about price quotes anymore. They want value. So they want something that saves them time, saves them energy, and gives them the best product for their buck. Doesn't always mean the cheapest, but that's how they're going to find out, is through referrals and through checking your websites and your Facebook and all that out.
And whether you're a business, consumer, like a community group, you got to drive value. You know, and that's why the social media world is important, to put up valuable content. It's not just getting up there every day. It's good to show the personal side, but you also got to show that you're good in your craft too. You know, and bring value that people may not receive if they're not out there looking for your service.
Right.
You know, so always be on top of your game in that aspect, but also show a personal side so they can get to know you too. You know, when you are off the clock and everything like that. You know, I think that's important. But I want to mention that community group thing because it's super important, and that's where a lot of business is being done, is on these support groups. Even yesterday in my shower, at the baby shower, I had a really good friend mention their husband's father is in a home. So there's like a support group for the elderly and for other parents and family members going through that. So if your wife has dementia or some type of illness, they do a support group for those different people. You know, so it's just a great bringing together of the community now, that you can go and talk to people that are going through what you're going through. Whereas in the past, I don't think we had this type of support. It was given in different ways, where you had to go into the office to the doctor.
Right.
But a lot of this stuff is free now, so take advantage of it.
Yeah.
You know, like our Master Networks group and different groups where you could be around dynamic people. I think it's important, especially when you're going through a hard life trauma thing, to have other people going through what you're going through.
Right.
You know, to learn how to handle yourself and just maybe let out some good or bad experiences.
Right.
You know, you could feed off one another. So. Totally. All right. So we did the good.
The dreaded moment.
The dreaded, the bad, the ugly, the disgusting of social media. It is true. It is true. You want to start?
Yeah. So one thing I learned in the past couple of months, I would be like, oh, this lady has 1,000 followers, and my business coach is like, that doesn't mean anything. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, it doesn't mean she's doing things better than you. People can buy followers. So on Instagram, if you go on and you think somebody's a guru of their trade or service or whatever, because they have 3,000 followers, they probably bought a majority of them, which means nothing.
Yep.
So.
Well, excuse you, because I have almost 3,000 on Instagram.
Do you really?
Unbought. So.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
Check that out. We'll be going on. But, yeah, so I mean.
So then yours is authentic, though.
Mine's authentic, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some spam in there, like random accounts that just try to hit you.
Right.
You know,
but you didn't go and like.
No, I didn't. Yeah. No, like I follow other people, but I can't make somebody follow my page.
Right.
You know, and I would never pay for it.
No.
Because that's something I want to spend my time to grow value. I want people to follow me.
Right.
I don't want to force people to follow me.
Yeah.
Right. So it depends on your business model. But I would never. That's the whole thing about social media. Depending on your business, I don't want to pay money for social media.
No.
Like, I want a free experience. I'll do my work on my end to bring value and make people like, know, and trust me. But I'm not going to go and spend money for people to buy, you know, be a follower of mine and pay them or.
Because then it's wasted anyway. All it does is show people checking out your page that snapshot of like who's following you, but there's no engagement.
Exactly. There's more than just likes too, like we said.
Which they were thinking about taking likes away, so.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So I definitely like we said, it's such an easy access now to social media. Anybody could be a guru. There's no entry barrier, like whether you're in mortgages or real estate, there's no test. So or to become a police officer, right? You have to do all of your testing. There's nothing there. So anybody could be an expert on anything on social media.
Yes.
So you really got to watch who you're dealing with and do your research and use the internet and use word of mouth, other people in the industry. Like, you want to research this person before you start taking life advice from them.
Yeah, or buying products. So anybody can be a salesperson online too. So what I've been seeing, people calling themselves doctors when they're not.
Yeah.
And there's one woman who says she can treat pelvic floor dysfunction in her book and fix the abdominal separation through her exercises in her book. Ladies, don't buy these things. It's so individualized. There's not a one size fits all. So I was like, oh, she's a doctor? A doctor of what?
Yeah.
And I go and I look her up, and she's like a doctor of like something ridiculous, like an English PhD or something. I'm like, really? So make sure that you exhaust all your resources and don't just look them up on their website, because they're not going to have the truth on there.
Yeah.
Do various sources of who these people are, because otherwise you're going to waste your time and your money.
Physical therapy is the other one. I see a lot of that.
Don't even get me started, Steven.
It's only Monday, so I don't want to get her going. But, just from a sports perspective, like, I do lessons and I see guys that just start random businesses that never played, never coached, never done anything in the sports, which is fine. There's some great coaches that may have never played or coached, but you also got to just research their background a little bit and make sure it's legit and what they're teaching you is correct.
Yes.
Because you may be paying for a service that just doesn't make any sense. And it's draining your bank account and your life, and maybe it's something for your kid and you're just wasting your time and energy by being here and dealing with this person. And then I see the good things out of it too, of dealing with the right people and the value that you get. But yeah, definitely, there's no entry barrier, like we said. So make sure you research who you're dealing with and talk to trusted friends and partners in the business and try to get a feel of who you want to do business with.
Yeah. And then if you do decide to buy, ask questions. Like, before you get on a call with that person, have a list of questions that you want to know the answers to, because if they're evasive and they don't want to answer them, then that's a red flag right there that you shouldn't be buying from their product.
Yeah. And I see that all the time. Like, literally, they may be super active on social media, and then you may reach out to them, whether it's a phone call or email, and one, they don't respond, or two, they're just nasty on the phone or through email.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, you're this type of person online, but offline you're this type of person. So I don't want to do business with you.
I'm like really surprised at how many people don't get calls back. So people will call me and like, I feel bad if I can't get back to them within the hour. So it's usually a couple hours, and I call them back. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much for calling me back. And I'm sitting there like, do people not call you back?
Yeah.
This is just, it blows my mind.
Sure. And, I think people like to hide behind the social media sometimes too. So, it's important, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, you got to respond to people.
Totally.
You can't keep them out in the blue. And I'm brutally honest, like, if, with whether it's baseball or lessons or here, like, if I'm jammed that week and I can't get you in, I'm still giving you a call back and I'll say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm not able to get out this week. I'm jammed, but I can do next week.
Yep.
Like, and if that doesn't work for you, I understand. Like, I get it. But you got to contact and touch that customer.
Yes.
And do the right thing, and just make sure you're not leaving somebody open-handed where you're just not getting back to them.
Right.
They're reaching out to you because they're interested in your service or your product. Like, you owe them that respect to reach back out to them.
Yes.
And whether you work with them or not is up to you. But you owe them that respect to reach back out. And if you don't owe that respect, you're not in the right business.
Totally.
So you should be doing something else.
And the other good thing, touching on an earlier point, you have so much reach to people who provide similar services to you that might be able to help that customer better. So I've had 2 potential clients reach out to me asking for physical therapy, but I honestly couldn't help them. But what I did do was go and look for people who could help them, and then I gave them that information. So go that extra mile for your customers or your potential customers or just your community, and just help them out. Like, stop with the scarcity mindset and just being like, oh, well, I can't help them, so bleh. Like it, or like trying to offer them a service that you know you can't provide. That drives me insane.
Yeah,
like,
try to take everything under one umbrella.
When you know for a fact that you're not going to give them value, and that's something I stand by in my business and my personal life. Like, if I'm not putting out what I believe is trustworthy and righteous, then I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that goes for everything. You know, I'm not going to sell somebody a kitchen sink. Like, all I'm good at is windows and doors here. So in baseball, I know I'm good in certain areas. Some areas, if I get a softball girl that comes to me and says, "Hey, teach me pitching," no, thank you. Like, I don't know it. Like, I refer out. Like, I give it to other people. Like, even like pitching, like, you know, certain pitching things at a high level. Like, I hand it off. You got to be able to know what you do well, what you don't do well.
Exactly.
And you know, even if it's my wife laughs at me, I'm horrible with a hammer. So even if it's
Mike, you too.
So even if it's just like fixing something at the house, hey, I'm calling my father-in-law. Like, you know, I'm not going to try to do something I don't know how to do. I might go and research about it and see if I can learn it quick, or go to somebody that is good in it and see if they'll teach me. But if I'm not good at it, I'm not good at it. And I'm okay with saying I'm not good at it.
Right.
And whereas a lot of people, I feel like they try to do everything and try to be excellent in everything. And the most successful people in the world today pick one or two or three things that they're really good at, and they stick with those things. So social media, when you're marketing yourself, find your strengths and weaknesses and stick to your strengths.
Totally.
And pick out people that maybe, you know, she's really good on Instagram TV. I don't know that well, so she's going to teach me that. I'm going to teach her things about branding her brand and doing other things like with marketing. So it's important to work, you know, use people, work with each other, and really utilize your network. I like being the HubSpot of, hey, Steve, I'm looking for a contractor, or I'm looking for a physical therapist, I'm looking for a financial advisor, an insurance agent. I want to be the HubSpot where you come to me and I tell you, hey, here's my trusted partners in each division that I have.
You could be like the business mayor.
That's honestly what I want to do. So, and that's
a new title.
That's from you know, our master network experience, right? But we have different circles that we cover, that we know people, websites, and everything, like from A through Z.
Yeah.
So, and you're going to get more business by just being the HubSpot.
Yeah.
So if you're the trusted partner of, hey, I know these people in these different buckets, it's not a waste of time. Like, people respect that and trust your opinion. So I get calls all the time. Hey, who would you go to for this? Hey, use this guy. They have a great experience. He makes me look good. You know, and I make him look good. And the customer's happy. So it's a win-win-win. Right. You know, all around. So totally. I find that really important. Any other negatives on social media, Melissa?
The only thing...
She gets quite vocal here and there, so we got to watch her language every so often.
No, we don't.
I keep throwing my watch.
The only thing was... that social media can contribute to people's anxiety.
Yes.
So you really have to set your boundaries. My friend Caitlin gave me a good idea last week. She said that she doesn't even turn on her phone when she wakes up in the morning. She has her coffee, she does a little journaling first, and I was like, oh my god, the first day I was gonna crawl out of my skin because I was like, who contacted me? But I was like, nobody's dying. Like 2 hours, they don't need to reach me. And it was actually very, very liberating. And I started my day off nice and calm. So you just have to put those boundaries in place and realize that you don't always need to be online, because the world's not going to blow up if you don't check your Facebook page. And also, don't compare your life to everybody that's on social media.
That's a big one.
Everybody puts their best face forward. They're not going to tell you like, oh, I broke my leg yesterday and blah, blah, blah. Well, some people will because they have their life online. But the beautiful vacations and the weddings and the money and all this, it's all up there. They're not going to show their dark side. So just don't compare your life to somebody else's. Yeah,
and when you get to that point, I think, like you said, set a boundary, step away, shut your phone down for a day or for a few hours, and just step away. Like, that's what I do on some days. But you're right. Like, in the morning, I've been there where it's like, oh my God, who has contacted me? Like, I need to do this right now at 5 a.m. You don't. Like, there's a reason, you know, that it's a notification. Like, get to it when it fits in your day. You know, set time constraints and when you're dealing with people, because that's the other thing. Like, so as soon as you open that ball game where you're answering messages at midnight and 4 a.m, that's when people expect you to answer them.
Yes.
So as soon as you create that boundary, that's your whole setup. So when you're not answering somebody after you just answered them yesterday at that time, it's on you.
Yep.
Like you set that boundary. So it's important to, keep a time window of when you're responding to people and keep it, you don't want it too long. 24 hours I think is too long today.
Oh my God.
But I think, you can keep it to an, 8 hour, 10 hour, 12 hour, max maybe.
Right.
But you don't need to, respond right away. And I'm honestly still working on that because I'm just, my sales mindset is I want to be available all the time, be different than my competition, but there needs to be a balance. Like you can still be quick reaction, but you don't need to be, hey, I'm out to dinner with my family. Like I need to call you right now and set an appointment. It can wait an hour,
right?
And my thing is like I'll reach out and I'll say, hey, I'm doing this right now. Can I contact you in an hour? We'll set an appointment. So as long as you're touching that person quick, and you're showing that you're responsive, that's the key is setting that tone. To be able to book that appointment. Because you don't want to just not respond and then you lose that person.
Right.
So I think it's important to show, hey, I respect you reaching out to me. This is what I'm doing. I'm booked right now, but I'll reach out to you in an hour. Is that okay? They say, yeah, perfect. Like, the same amount of work gets done and everything goes per flow.
Yep. And guys, you're going to a concert, don't videotape the entire thing. Because I'm standing behind you and I don't want to watch it through your phone. Just enjoy the moment.
Yeah, I'm big on that too.
You watch everything through your phone. Like, just enjoy something live.
Yeah. And, like we do the show live, but like throughout the day, like I'm only doing Facebook Live for events, like, or a podcast, or maybe I'm pitching an event here at the showroom, or, maybe I'm showing a lesson every so often on my baseball. I'm not doing it every time. Like it does take you away from your profession, and you need to be in the, life is so short. You got to be in the moment.
Yeah.
And I've got caught up in that too, where you want to be live all the time and be on Facebook, and at the end of the day, it's not the true meaning of life, So really good point there. I like that.
That drives me insane.
Yeah. Bait and switch, right? So we talked about that. Oh yeah,
the bait and switch.
This is Melissa's hot and heavy topic.
So people reach out to you on Facebook if you post something or you like their picture and they pretend to care, and then the next line, and you've never spoken to this person in your life, is, by the way, I have this great product that you would love. No, delete. I delete them because I don't have a relationship with you. I never voiced that I was interested in anything you had to sell.
Yeah.
So be genuine. Don't go with the intention of selling people.
Yeah.
Go with the intention of creating a relationship, realizing what they want, and then once you have that conversation going, by the way, I have this that might benefit from you. What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. Don't be a car salesman on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like, if you're, I'm not just going to throw windows and doors on you, right? Or whether it's baseball or softball. Like, if you're a soccer player, I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, you need to book a lesson with me for baseball.
Right.
Like, you don't know. You need
to diversify.
Yeah, like exactly. But it's really knowing your market, who you're going after. Get to know them first. And just don't be a business card thrower.
No.
That drives me nuts. Like, going to a networking event and somebody didn't even say their name and they're throwing business cards at you. And,
garbage.
It's just, that's the first card that's going in the trash. So don't even waste your time and energy. Like, just save the card. Like, literally, I wait. Like, I don't even want to give you my card. I'll get yours. And then I'll reach out to you. And then next time I see you, I'll give you a card. Like, it's all timing in business. It's not, hey, I need this right now. Like, depending on what you're doing.
Right.
But just build that relationship.
Totally. Yep.
So do you have a negative experience, Melissa, on Facebook?
A specific one?
Yeah, on social media. I'm trying to think too.
Besides the, I think just like the multi-level marketing stuff drives me insane. So like these people that they're in like, it's now called, network marketing, but it's a pyramid scheme pretty much. And people are just like coming after me like, oh, well, I have a weight loss product. Well, first of all, I don't talk about weight loss at all. And I'm not going to buy anything from you assuming that because I'm a certain demographic and whatever that I want to buy a weight loss product. Yeah. So just stuff like that, like, it just is sleazy to me.
Yep.
Like, if you're not asking about stuff and you're reaching out in my DMs to sell me a product, I'm gonna block you.
Yeah, it's the first thing I do is delete. Yeah, especially on Instagram, which is big now, is the DMs.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last thing you want to do is reach out and just spit out a product on somebody. I mean, it's never going to end out well, in my opinion.
No.
You may get lucky every 1 out of a million, but it's all timing in sales and building relationships. And don't be that type of salesperson like where you're just spewing stuff on other people.
Yeah.
Like it's never going to benefit you long term. That's for sure. You know, I'm all about long lasting relationships, and I'd rather say no to you off the bat and then come to you at a time when you do need me,
Right.
than just throw crap at you. You know, see what hits the wall.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
And then just like it's not really happened to me, although I have my trolls, but I feel like that's a success story. Once you have trolls, you are
Yeah.
But the bullying, like people just keyboard warriors bullying each other and having these like nasty fights for everybody to see on social media, and you people are adults. Like stop, just stop. Yeah. That's another one.
Yeah, and I relate this to friends, family, coworkers, business. Like when you have pressing issues, get on the phone and talk about it, or meet in person, or you're not going to fight through a Facebook message or an Instagram DM. Like by you degrading somebody and going after somebody online just shows your character. So it's just kills my mind. Yeah, blows my mind because I just could never do that to somebody online and attack somebody like that. And have some values.
Totally.
I think that's important. But yeah, just there's a lot of that's the negativity of social media because there is so many people on the platform. Like people feel like they have a voice all the time.
Yes.
So, and that's where it could get a little wishy-washy. So you got to really, like we said, research the person, make sure it's legit. But by you blowing up on somebody, you'll never gain that person back. Right. And now you just got 5 more bad word of mouths to their network of who they know, and it's a small world. So you want to be careful of what you say to people and who you do and what you do and everything like that. So.
And there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with someone. You can do it in a constructive way and be like, I feel like this, but you wrote this. I was wondering why. Like you could turn it into something positive and not just be like, well, you suck because you said this. I don't agree. Like
you may be taking it the wrong way, right?
Yes.
So that's the downfall of social media. You see a post, you may not know the meaning behind the post.
Just like text message.
Text message is the same thing. I've had that happen, So it's really, hey, picking up the phone, calling that person. Hey, this is what I saw you post, or this is what I got out of this. Can you tell me what you mean? Like, and I respect that more. Like, even if they don't agree with me, I'm like, I give that person so much credit because they just want to find out what's going on instead of just jumping to a conclusion and start attacking somebody and posting and trying to get the world against them. It does nothing. Right. And it just creates more bad blood and it's just a negative atmosphere. And honestly, if somebody does that to me, I just walk away and I just move on. Like literally won't even respond. Yeah. So I don't want the negativity, and it's just that important today to keep that separation, stay positive. And everybody's not going to have the same political, religion, or sales views or whatever the way they do business. So just get used to it. It's okay. You're not going to like everything I do. I'm not going to like everything you do. But, I don't care enough to sit here and fight with you about it. And whatever makes you happy and vice versa. Like, people get too drawn in on, they need to believe what I believe in and they need to do things this way. That's where a lot of businesses fail because it's like my way or the highway, and then they lose good employees because they don't want to adapt. Yeah,
I think a lot of people in general fail that way too. My friend just made a post about this. Like moms are big on that, where if you don't raise your kid like the way I raised my kid, then the mother that you're talking to feels like a failure. And I'm just like, this is your family. You shouldn't be made to feel like that. Yep. And it's sad what people resort to.
And that's the negative of social media, right? Is there's certain standards everybody expects, the marriage, the wedding, the kid, the high school graduation, raising your kid a certain way or running your business a certain way, having certain success, at certain ages, and there's always a limit on each thing that you're doing.
Yes.
You know, so you need to step back, and I do it all the time, where, okay, that might be your life, that's not my life, you know, so.
And this comes back full circle too to the vetting people, because especially in business, if people are saying, well, you're not doing it this way, I can show you how to do it this way. What are they trying to ultimately sell you?
Yep.
Because they could be trying to sell you a package or something, trying to make you second guess the way you're going about things and do it the way they do it. So, I don't know.
Which I have no problem if it's a good way, or they're just offering like free advice. I'm okay with that, because you may be doing it a better way than me, and I want to learn as much as I can. I want to be coachable. As soon as you're not coachable, that's when you start veering off and you start doing your own thing, and you never get better. So it's just the way you come about it,
and what their intentions are behind.
Yeah. Just because maybe that insurance agent or financial advisor may make more money by selling this product, may not be good for you.
Exactly.
So that's what I think you're talking about.
Yep.
So it's listening to advice, but making sure that person's in your corner too.
Right.
And wants the best for you. So.
Yep.
Really
so we have some homework for you guys.
Yep.
So between today and noon on Sunday, we want to hear your social media stories. The good, the bad, the ugly. You get bonus points if it's dramatic.
Yeah, add that dramatic. So we can role play a little bit too. We'll add in some.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
we can bring props.
That's right. Yeah. We'll definitely role play.
So, and then we'll go through some of those stories next week at the beginning of the show and kind of give our advice and our take on what you went through, or if you have any questions, we'll answer those too.
Yeah, and honestly, we'll open it up to questions and answers real quick for a minute or two. So Melissa has her computer up, so if you want to comment here, any key topics or anything that you liked about the show, didn't like about the show, we don't take it personally, let us know in the comments box right now, as we got sun coming in here, and let us know, and we'll give you a minute or two, and then we'll shut down and move on. And next week will be episode 4. So we're moving pretty quickly here, getting some momentum. And
I know. That's a month already then.
It is a month.
That's
and
crazy.
guys, let us know time periods. Like next week, we're thinking about doing an evening show, or maybe in 2 weeks, we're not sure yet. But we're trying to find out the best time where you can view. Facebook Live is beautiful because you can watch it anytime that works best for you. You can watch it on the go, whatever. And we're going to put it up on our podcast platform too. But we want to know when the best time is to broadcast so you can watch us live.
Yeah, we're playing with the thought of doing an evening possibly. Yeah. So just let us know. Yeah,
let us know. We like the Monday mornings. It gets us going, gets you going. But we're open to whatever it takes to make everybody happy. So
everybody's quiet today. Oh, it's Martin Luther King Day too.
Martin Luther King Day. I hope if you guys are all off today, you're very lucky.
Yeah.
But
maybe people are sleeping.
After a long weekend of football. Any questions, concerns, please comment in the comment box. We got our computer up, and we will answer your questions. Roger, Jason, Tim, any questions? I see you guys logging in. 30 seconds.
It's like The Price is Right. Is that show still on, by the way?
I think it is.
It's a great show. Nope, nothing. All right,
nothing.
guys.
Everybody's quiet. Holiday.
Yep.
All right, so we want to hear your good, bad, and ugly social media stories. Set email or put it
email,
to our page.
DM, doesn't matter.
It's salesandmovement@gmail.com is our email. If you want to send us a story, you can DM us, Facebook message us, reach out to us via cell phone, whatever's easier for you. Definitely reach out with a story, and we'll name a winner next week, and we'll do a little role play, or we'll expand on that topic next week, next Monday, 7:30. All right, thank you all for tuning in. This is the SMS show, Sales and Movement Podcast. I'm Stephen Orfis. This is
Dr. Melissa Chofie.
Dr. Melissa Chofie. Don't forget that. A lot of schooling for that. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody have a good week, good holiday, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.